no shortcuts. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. 9 times out of 10, there's no shortcuts you got to put in, and you get out what you put in. And I keep telling them, man, hard work pays off, and they work hard as hell. I had no idea that these track kids work so damn hard, man, but they put in a lot of work for tenths of a second, lowering their times by tenths of a second. So the first ball award I got today, man, on this Monday, this Man Talk Monday, is to my baby girl, the LOP. New PR in the 100, new PR in the 4x1, new PR in the 110-meter hurdles. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, would you do this weekend? Man? You get into anything interesting? Something interesting happened to you this weekend? Let's talk about it. Post it in the chat room. I'm going to read chat all throughout today's show. Hour number 3 of the Doug Stewart Show. Hour number 2, first of all, we do entertainment and birthdays. Have a lot of fun with that. And hour number 3, we call it the Power Hour. We really read a lot of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com and have a lot of fun. But today's big story. You remember the slogan or the song, "Hammer don't hurt 'em"? Or maybe that was just a kind of like a thing they threw out there. Damn, KD, don't hurt 'em, KD. Damn, don't hurt him, KD. Kevin Durant goes for 33 points last night. 38 the first game, 33 last night. Balled out of control. Golden State Warriors are up now in this series 2-0. And this is like, our worst fears being realized. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Right now, these jokers have not lost a game in the playoffs. How the hell you not lose a game in the freaking playoffs? Kevin Durant, man, we talked about this on the show Thursday and Friday, the late night show Thursday and Friday with 92.9 a game, man. This might be the proverbial passing of the torch right now. It is. Not that LeBron James ain't balling out of control, okay? But this might be it. And if you look at how dominant Golden State has been, man, I mean, this isn't going to be a one-time thing. I mean, technically they should have won the championship last year. I think by a miracle, by the touch of God, Cleveland found a way to come back and win that series being down 3-1. But, I mean, in all likelihood, Golden State should have won that series last year. So not only this year, they're probably going to win this series in dramatic fashion, maybe even sweep the damn series. But if they keep the squad together, what are they going to do next year? They're probably going to win it next year. And they're probably winning the year after that. If they can keep these 4 guys together, man, and some nice little bench players like they have, and Sean Livingston, who added to the team last night as well, guys like that coming off the bench, and, the Clark kid. I mean, the sky's the limit. And I hate it. And I absolutely hate it. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, obviously, when we get back from the break, we're going to take a break here in a couple minutes. But when we get back from the break, we'll break down this game last night. All of the stats and all of the figures, we'll do all of that like we have to do, I guess, by the title of the type of show it is. But I'm telling you, man, I said this last week as well. Freaking Kevin Durant, as much as I hate what he did, going to the Golden State Warriors, as much as I hate it, man, you are starting to see right now that this guy is what they call a freaking unicorn. Like, this guy is so rare. 7 foot tall. You know who he is? I said this too, I think. I'm repeating a lot of stuff I said Thursday and Friday after the game. Thursday or Friday? But this guy is basically, Dirk Nowitzki, but more athletic with a better offensive game. I actually looked up the numbers. Dirk Nowitzki throughout his career. The thing that Dirk is known for is shooting threes, right? So Dirk, for his career average behind the three-point line, is shooting 38%. Kevin Durant, who's really not known for that, that's big in his game, but that's not the number one sole thing that we know him by, like we do Dirk. Kevin Durant only, for his career, is only 1% behind, shooting 37% from three. Then I add on top of that supreme handles, can get to the basket anytime he wants, can beat his man off the dribble. He has a little bit of low post game as well. Dirk had that as well. But he's more athletic. He's better. He's smoother than Dirk Nowitzki. Think about that, 7 feet tall. And don't forget, this guy is 7 feet tall. He grew a couple of inches when he got to the NBA. That's crazy. He's a freaking unicorn. They can't stop him. He's too fast. He's too tall. And he's a marvel. He's so fun to watch. Now, I'm not backing off what I said about the guy. I thought it was lame as hell what he did in coming to play for the Golden State Warriors this year on this stacked team. But I can keep it real. Same way I was able to keep it real when LeBron went to Miami and played for the Miami Heat. There's no taking away his skill set and his greatness, all right? Yeah, I'm mad that LeBron went to Miami, and I'm mad that Kevin Durant went to Golden State and took the easy way out, tucked their tails between their legs, and went and played for the enemy. But that being said, skill-wise, as 7 feet tall, oh, unguardable. Unguardable. Absolutely unguardable. Ever since he came into the league, I've always said that he reminds me of George Gervin, but better. He's like George Gervin 3.0. And when I make the comparison to George Gervin, if you're a greenhorn, you don't remember George Gervin. George Gervin played the game like a pimp. Like, he was so smooth. Like, he had on one of them polyester suits and one of them big-ass hats with one of the feathers sticking out the side. That's the way George Gervin played the game. He was so silky smooth. And KD is so smooth with it. But at the same time, man, he just got all of the skills. He's George Gervin, but he's better. And I don't know, man. Listen, you know, most of y'all listen to the show. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Most of y'all listen to the show. I want Cleveland to win this thing. I do. I do not want the Golden State Warriors win, you know, pushing forward this whole narrative of stacking teams, which is a bad thing still. You got 2 teams that made it back to the finals 3 years in a row. You got one team so dominant, they haven't lost a damn game in the playoffs. How the hell you play the entire playoffs, 2 games in the NBA finals, and ain't lost a game yet? I'm back to that. How? I mean, that's impossible, but it kind of speaks to what's going on right now in basketball. I want Cleveland to win. I think I went on the record 4-1, Golden State winning this series, maybe even a sweep. There's still an outside chance of that. They go, and Game 3 is in Cleveland. I don't know what much is going to change. I think last night Cleveland, all in all, for the most part, jumped on them very early in the game. LeBron James was very, very aggressive. He did what he did. He has a triple-double last night. We'll talk more about that when we get into these stats and whatnot. But, I mean, do you think that Kevin Durant or Steph Curry not going to go off? I mean, one of them going to go off. You know, last night both of them went off. Steph had over 30 points as well. You know, so KD, Steph, this is all of the stuff we've talked about. KD, Steph, you know, Klay Thompson, one of them going to go off. Okay, they play great defense. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. I'm hoping last year, Cleveland Cavaliers were down 3-1. They found a way to come back. This year is different. You know, the big difference between this year and last year, and I noticed this from the very beginning. This is why, you know, I didn't cast any dispersions. I picked the Golden State Warriors to win this series. If I had to put money on it, it'd be Golden State. The difference between last year and this year is last year they had a horrible Harrison Barnes that couldn't hit the backside of a Bond, and you replace Harrison Barnes with Kevin Durant with the Slim Reaper. It's just much different this year. I mean, I'm hoping, and I see a lot of y'all already in the chat room on Spreaker.com giving all of these scenarios with how they can turn this thing around, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just here as kind of like a moderator and getting your thoughts on it. I mean, that's it. You saw it last night. You saw the first 2 games. You've seen what they've done this entire series, man. I mean, it don't look good for the home team. Put it like that. If you're from Cleveland, it don't look good for the home team. Period. It don't look good at all. Crazy things that happen. I know last year, probably if you go back and listen to the tapes of this show, last year, we probably had this same, type of tone and talking about the series when Golden State was up 3-1. Okay? And we know what happened. Now, last year, you had the whole thing with Draymond Green and getting suspended and kicking people in the nads and whatnot, and that kind of changed momentum or whatever when he wasn't able to play when he was suspended for that game. So that's a little bit different this year as well. So he's not going to do anything like that. He's already commented and said how he's not going to do anything stupid, and he's learned his lesson. So you can't even bank on that. He's probably going to play the rest of this series. So I don't know, man. What are your thoughts? I mean, give me a scenario where this thing could change. And maybe Cleveland wins one. I said 4-1. Maybe Cleveland wins game 3. But do you think they win game 4? Even if Cleveland wins game 3, do you think they win game 4? You think they win 2 games in a row against this team? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. And you're not getting no production out of a lot of cats on this team. A lot of guys on this team, man, have really just mailed it in. Kyle Korver sucks. Darren Williams sucks. Tristan Thompson sucks. Iman Shumpert sucks. They got too many people on this team that suck right now. There's no other way to say it. They got too many people right now that's not carrying their damn weight. It's already bad enough you're playing against probably the most complete team that we've ever seen, the most talented team, maybe one of the most talented teams that we've ever seen in NBA history. You can't have that and then have guys that you relied upon all year long that have sucked. And make no mistakes about it. These guys have sucked. These secondary players, man. These role players, they have sucked. So I don't know. It don't look good for the home team. Right. I don't know, man. I want to see a better series, but it don't look good for the home team. What are your thoughts, man? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. When we get back from the break, we'll talk more about the game. We'll get into the chat room and get your thoughts on Game 2 last night. Cavaliers get steamrolled, all right? Ballas and Bustas, Game Balls and Goats. Hour number 2, birthdays and entertainment. Russell Simmons' old lady bought a big-ass purchase. And Ricky Hatton, that dude, Ricky Hatton speaks out on McGregor and Mayweather. All of that coming up today on the Doug Stewart Show. And fun. Don't go away. Back in 3 minutes. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
On the right, cause he's my right hand man. Get on my level, I don't think that you can. You good with your nose, just like Toucan Sam. We bake rappers just like Christmas ham. They go for anybody trying to test my fam. This all savvy, hate me, get at me. I get it from my mammy, plus the game from my mammy. Used to bake the bread in the hood, now I shake it, baby. Shaking hood for the dough that I'm old. I'm raised in GA and I'm all about the dough. To make it rain dough when the kids for my clothes. I mean clothes for my kids. A comfortable grill and a man SUV with 5 booster seats. Walk the plank, you are now shark food. Yeah, I'm stingy with the loot, cause I'm saving it for food. I'm boom.